I think it became clear that the right time was. I think we'd come second in profit track on the Sunday Times, and you're on that trajectory there, which is a very exciting place to be. But after that, inevitably, everybody starts to level out, and there's a logical time to it. But for me also, I think the time was that I felt as though I'd done everything that I needed to do at the company, and if I'd stayed on any longer, it would have been for probably a lack of imagination. So it was a perfect timing, really. And as I think, had I stayed on another couple of years, it might have been more difficult to sell it. So it was more a function of wanting to catch it at the right time on that growth curve. Well, it's a very long process. I think the process really was about 2 years, and it was fine for us because we were growing at the time. So in a sense, time was very much on our side. I think I would have been more concerned if we were static. The great danger is what happens if something goes wrong when this process is going on. It's a very, very long-winded process, and it is quite disruptive. I stepped back from the CEO role and became chairman during that time so that I could focus entirely on the process without disrupting the business and allow the business to run itself. The other difficult thing is trying to run that process without everybody in the company knowing it, because it's very disruptive if everybody thinks you're going to sell, but then you don't sell. And so that was difficult. The reality is that completion was really dull. I went into a room at the lawyer's office. There was a desk covered with about 120 documents that needed to be signed. I went in there I was left in there on my own for about an hour to sign them. I signed them all. I went home, and at about 4 o'clock that afternoon, the money arrived in my account, and I had a peanut butter and jam sandwich. I mean, it's a massive anti-climax in the sense that it's not I mean, frankly, I think there ought to be, you can almost make the last signature, get a big fountain pen and make a big deal. But no, there is nothing like that. It's just actually it's like finishing your A-levels. I had made sure that all of our staff had some share options, and I didn't expect most of those share options to affect the way they behaved. I didn't make it a part of their remuneration as such. I just wanted to make sure that if ever we sold, everybody in the company from the bottom upwards would have cause for celebration. And so when we did sell, and I said, by the way, guys, we've sold the company, and I think everybody, even someone who'd been on customer service for the last year, made 10,000 tax-free, at the very least. We had a huge party at that point. I mean, so actually, funny enough, you say the anti-climax of doing the deal is one thing. Celebrating it with the staff was awesome. And it made it all worthwhile, even though it was a little bit of money out of our own pocket in most cases. But the idea, these are all people who'd helped us build that business, and so it was great to be able to share the joy, frankly.